The O'Reilly Factor is on tonight.
Bill has worked really hard. We had to make double the money because of, obviously, taxes, and then pay off the debts and get us houses and take care of family members.
Hillary Clinton talking about money, big money, that she and her husband are making. But what about income inequality? Can she run on that? We'll have a special report.
When it comes to children, we need to be there for them.
Thousands of illegal alien children crossing into the USA from the South. Wait a minute. I thought that border was secured. What the heck is going on? We'll have a Factor investigation. Also tonight, Charles Krauthammer and Senator Ted Cruz on whether the Obama administration can ever come back from the Sergeant Burgall debacle.
Caution. You are about to enter the no-spin zone. The Factor begins right now. Hi, I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks for watching us tonight. We have a very important program for you, including a story on thousands of illegal alien children somehow crossing into the USA, and the feds seem powerless to stop it. Also, the latest on the Bergdahl chaos. But first, the Talking Points memo on Hillary Clinton and money. Last night, the former Secretary of State told Diane Sawyer that, yes, she makes millions of dollars on the lecture circuit, and yes, her husband does too. But that's okay.
We came out of the White House not only dead broke, but in debt. We had no money when we got there, and we struggled to piece together the resources for mortgages for houses, for Chelsea's education. It was not easy. Bill has worked really hard, and it's been amazing to me. He's worked very hard. First of all, we had to pay off all our debts, which was, you had to make double the money because of, obviously, taxes, and then pay off the debts and get us houses and take care of family members.
So that sounds like many Americans who work hard making money to provide security for their families. Not as much money as the Clintons, but you get my point. However, if Hillary Clinton runs for president, how can she even mention income inequality? Mrs. Clinton gets paid about $200,000 for a speech, and she flies to the venue in a private jet. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. Bill and Hillary Clinton have a unique position in the world, and many people want to hear what they have to say. Mrs. Clinton also has a new book out for which she was paid more than $10 million. Again, nothing wrong with that. Publisher believing it will make money selling Hillary's book. That's capitalism. But it also takes away a big issue that the Democratic Party is pushing in order to retain political power: inequality. For her book alone, Mrs. Clinton is making more money than most Americans will make in their entire lifetimes. So if you want an example of income inequality, I believe Hillary Clinton is the poster lady. In fact, she didn't even write the book. Others did. She provided notes, guidance, point of view, but she did not put the words on the paper. Again, nothing wrong with that. So if I'm reading this correctly, Mrs. Clinton might want to think about running for president on the Republican ticket. She's obviously worried about taxes, obviously a hard worker, and she's making Romney-type money in the free marketplace, is she not? Also, she doesn't feel guilty about it. She's a one-percenter. She has far more cash than most Americans even dream of having. Now, if Mrs. Clinton does run as a liberal Democrat and does start spouting income inequality, talking points will be offended. If you really believe that capitalism is distorted, a bad thing, because it provides the opportunity to make millions, then you can't be vacuuming up the money. That would be hypocritical. If the Clintons want to give the money to charity, that's another story. But at this point, Bill and Hillary are living very well. Giant homes, private jets, every luxury. Again, nothing wrong with that. They earned it. Finally, a piece of advice to the Democratic Party: if Hillary is your nominee, stow the income inequality stuff. Not going to play with the folks. That's the memo. Now the top story tonight, reaction with us here in the studio, Monica Crowley, who was giggling throughout the Talking Points memo. And from Washington, Kirsten Powers, who was not giggling.
Not giggling.
So another brilliant Talking Points, right, Kirsten?
Oh, no, I don't. I'm going to have to say no. I think you're way off on this, Bill, because the idea of income inequality has never been that it's bad to be wealthy. No one has ever said that. That's a caricature of what Democrats believe. It's just saying that, and frankly, it's also not any kind of knock on capitalism. I think that you can have a capitalistic society, and we have had for most of this country, that doesn't have such vast disparities between the very well off and the rest of the country.
But listen to what you just said. You can have capitalism that doesn't have such vast discrepancies between the wealthy, Hillary Clinton, and the rest of the country. So if Hillary Clinton felt so strongly, as Kirsten Powers surely does, she would say, I'm going to do my speech for $60,000. All right?
No,
and give the
I don't
other
think that's what she would do.
$140,000 into a big income inequality pot.
Okay, sure. Yeah, she could take the money and she could give more of it away. And I don't know how much money she gives away, but I think that's a great idea to try to alleviate some of the disparities.
So you see my point now. You can't be.
No, I don't.
You can't be exploiting the capitalistic system.
It's
and
not,
I say exploiting in not a negative way.
No.
And then say it's rotten to the core because the folks don't benefit.
That's not true, because that's not the problem. The problem is this growing disparity. It hasn't always been this way. The country has not always had this disparity between. No, it hasn't.
Then
that's an ahistorical
about
statement.
Your history. You got to go back to Teddy Roosevelt and the Trust Busters and the Roaring
'20s. No, it's not. I didn't say it has never happened. I didn't say it's never happened. It has happened. But then it was less, and then it started growing again.
You say?
First of all, the opposite of income inequality is income equality, which is communism. Secondly, under this president, President Obama, income inequality has actually gotten much worse. So if you want it to be exacerbated, or if you want more of same, then vote for Hillary Clinton. The other part of this argument...
Well, you're tying her into President Obama.
Because she has already spoken in the last several weeks about income inequality. It's clear that she is going to make that essential part of her campaign.
How could she possibly make it when she's in this kind of economic status?
I agree with you. Both Bill and Hillary Clinton are now worth upwards of $100 million. That's Mitt Romney territory. That's Goldman Sachs territory. So she's going to have a tough time coming out standing in solidarity with Occupy Wall Street and income inequality. The hypocrisy stinks to high heaven. But that's not going to stop her from doing it. Number one, because she has the protection of the leftist press that believes these kinds of policies are moral.
It's the folks she has to reach, and they're going to be questioning
she's going to reach the folks through the press. The other part is when you look at history and you look at socialists and communists throughout history, they have made this exact same argument while living high on the hog, luxuriating in their dachas, socking away big money in foreign accounts. So the hypocrisy of this is unreal. We want equality of opportunity.
If you were Hillary Clinton, Kirsten, and maybe when we don't see you rehearse and you want to be her, I'm not sure. All right, and she's kind of a role model for liberal women, and you're a liberal woman. I mean, if you were her, wouldn't you de-emphasize this then and run on other things like the war on women and stuff?
No, because you're not listening to me.
I am listening. I'm not agreeing.
No.
I'm listening.
Yeah, because I just disagree with the idea that you can't be wealthy and care about poor people. FDR, who you just raised earlier,
care about poor people, but you can't damn the
and aristocratic, and she's not damning the system. You can talk about the system and say the system could use some tweaking without throwing it out. But I just want to address something you and Monica were talking about. The way you guys have set this up, there's actually nobody who could ever talk about income inequality, because if it was a poor person, you would say sour grapes. You're just mad that you're not rich.
Say that.
And if it's a rich person, you'd say, "Oh, you're rich, so why are you talking about it?" Oh, I think you would, Bill. I think you would, no matter who's saying it.
If we had a poor person on, I would say you're poor and you don't have any right to spout your opinion.
You would say you should work harder and make more money.
That's
I think
ridiculous.
You would.
But okay,
I think you would.
I'm going to give Monica the last word.
It's all about public policy, right? Capitalists want equality of opportunity. What the far left wants, socialists want, they want equality.
Nobody's a socialist.
They want
none of these people are socialists.
Let me just explain. When you're talking about income inequality, what the left, Hillary and Obama want to do, and what Obama's done over the last 6 years, is take from the rich, sock it to the rich in order to redistribute
by raising
the
taxes 3 percentage points.
I mean,
this is communist China. This is like Stalin.
Listen, Obamacare, socialized medicine, that is a massive redistribution
scheme. It's not socialized medicine.
It's about socking it to the rich, not making sure that everybody has the chance to be rich.
I think we've heard it now, and it was a very good debate, you guys, and I appreciate it very much.
Thank you.
And for all you poor people watching The Factor, I would never disparage you if you're an honest person. All right? I help you guys through the website. Next on the rundown, Senator Ted Cruz, very angry about the Bergdahl fiasco. He will be here. Then Dr. Ben Carson, a pediatric neurosurgeon, on the flood of illegal alien children into the USA. Factors coming right back.